Man, welcome back to another episode of the Ruling Class Podcast. And of course, I'm your host, DD, back up in this witch with another video. Listen, I would appreciate it if you like the video, subscribe to the channel, hit the notification bell so you can be notified every time we post a new video. I would really appreciate it. I'm going to give you a sec to do that. I appreciate you. Now let's get into the video.
So both of you do fans. Having done continuing to do, has it had any negative impacts on your dating prospects? Does it make it harder to date? Has it been maybe non-issue at all? Some guys like it.
I've never had an issue with it dating-wise. No one has ever, because I'm very upfront too. You know, first date, if this is what I do, if you don't like it, this is how I make my money. Unless you're going to pay me the same amount of money I'm making, then I'm not going to stop supporting myself. But yeah, I never really ran into issues. But again, I don't do full pornographic content or anything like that. So it probably is a little bit different for somebody on OnlyFans that does do that type of content. But I personally have never ran into an issue. My boyfriend at first was, you know, I told him and he was like, okay, well, if I'm going to date you, I have to be okay with this. And that was that. And it's never been an issue.
Sorry, I was asking a question. What kind of content do you do on OnlyFans?
Mainly topless content.
Okay,
So-
and you currently have a boyfriend?
Yes, I do.
Okay.
All right, I'll be the first to admit that I legit and I truly and honestly did not believe that women like this existed. Now, I understand a lot of y'all are not going to believe me. You're going to see the naivety in the things that I'm saying right now and how I see the world, but that's the truth. I used to think when men would hop on social media and talk about women like this, I used to think, bro, y'all exaggerating, or bro, you're doing that just to get views, or some women hurt you, so you're just trying to create this narrative around women. Until I actually met a woman like this in real life. So you don't do completely nude or you don't do pornographic content, but you do topless content, but you're in a relationship. So help me understand where the respect comes in. You say, well, if you're the boyfriend, these men are never going to be able to actually get with you, but why even put yourself out there that way? Just for money? And something you got to notice about this interview is that they never talk about God. Nobody ever mentions God in this particular clip, I should say, when it pertains to this conversation. And I find that interesting.
Just that's the extent of it?
Yes.
Okay. What about you, Essie?
I've also never had an issue in my dating life. I don't date that often though, but
Right, because you've been single for 6 years.
Yeah.
But it might not necessarily be related to that you're now doing OnlyFans.
Yeah, I also don't do nudes on OnlyFans, so it's just like lingerie content.
Oh, okay.
So I think that
Alright.
also maybe helps because
Sure.
Yeah.
Okay. Question here for Candace. So, what are your thoughts on OnlyFans, sex work, and do you believe that a woman doing OnlyFans or porn might have an impact on her future romantic prospects? And if so, how and why? I can repeat any. That was a lot, so let me know if you need me to repeat anything.
I talk about this extensively on my show. I mean, the truth is that if you are going to engage in sex work, you are going to probably make a lot of money, especially if you're young. You're on a very tight rope. As you get older, your value goes down, and men are going to want women that are younger and available to them. I'm talking about in terms of just making the person who will subscribe to your OnlyFans page. You know, obviously, women, you're declining as you age, And the truth is that high-value men don't want to date women that are sex workers or even women that aren't sex workers and lean into the whole talking about how sexy and are freely available on the internet for other men to see. What we're talking about is biological proclivity. What men are doing when they first say, this sounds amazing, to date a stripper or to date a prostitute or to date a sex worker, is there's this instinct to have sex. It's going to be amazing. I'm going to have sex all the time. But then when they realize that actually a form of wanting to be in a relationship is feeling that there's a mystery to a woman, that there's something that's yours, there's something that's sacred, there's something that's powerful and beautiful that just you share. And when they realize that they have to share that with other men, it completely diminishes the man.
Bingo. I don't think I could have said it any better, but for some reason today, what I thought was common sense is somehow the biggest secret in the world or something. I don't really know how to explain it better than that, right? So men, we love mystery, right? I got on Instagram yesterday and I showed my homie this video of this girl I know who posted pretty much a video of her like 95% naked, and she was basically dancing on this stripper pole, but this was on Instagram. And I said, bro, I really mean this from a genuine place. Help me understand, or let me know what I don't understand, and what other men see when they watch this, and why I just can't seem to wrap my head around that being attractive. He said, Didi, I don't know what to tell you either, bro, because I don't find that attractive myself. Men like a form of mystery. And not only that, but when you do that, you're helping men become more desensitized to just the beauty of a woman. Because when you find a wife, or when you find a woman that you would like to marry, because you've seen so many women out here that are like this, like the women in this video, you tend to not appreciate enough the physical physique of a woman, because it's just being given away just all the time out here, right? Whether it's for free or whether you're charging people for it, right? There should be a level of sacredness, right? Modesty, right? Secrecy about that woman that should only be seen in the bedroom, so that her husband could value her a lot more. It truly is a different world for men and women out here. There's no better way to put that, right? The world and how men see it, and the world for how women see it, and how they get to navigate throughout this life and make money throughout this life, compared to how a man has to navigate the world and make money throughout this life, is completely different. And this right here is proof of it. You don't have to work. My homie said something yesterday. I said, ooh, I wish I could have got this on my podcast. This would have been perfect. So I'm going to steal his quote here. He was kind of going on the rant about the video I showed him on Instagram. He said, the problem is, bro, he said, whenever a woman does something like this, in a way, she's being lazy, because she's showing that I can just simply do this and make money, and I don't have to get out here and work like everybody else and do it the hard way. And I was like, wow.
So with women, it's a trade-off. First thing you said was, I make money. This is about money. It's about money, but when it comes down to marrying these women, men just don't want it.
And that's exactly why I said that in this industry, I'm single until I retire.
But it will still matter.
I don't plan on doing this or getting married or finding the love of my life until I retire, like, truthfully. And then after that,
you see what happened to Nina Agdal.
No. And then after that, I will be honest and truthful with the person that I will be getting married to or whatever, and it'll be up to him to accept that.
I agree with you. You can do whatever you want with your life. Fine. That's true. Do whatever you want. And you can also do the right thing if you so choose to, and it's great that you're choosing to do that if you actually do it in real life, by telling that man what your history is. And it's great that you're not choosing to be in a relationship while you're in that industry. But here's the thing. You're going to practice a behavior. You're going to practice a profession, right? You're going to practice a mindset for all these years, and then somehow, some way, abandon that very mindset behavior that's been lucrative for you, that's been beneficial for you, that's helped you the most in your life and been your biggest go-to your entire life. You're going to be able to abandon all of that once you're in a marriage and you're trying to become a mother and wife? How do you do that?
Right? So,
and I'm just saying that men's natural proclivity is to not accept that, because it brings them shame.
Facts.
Men are biologically proud creatures.
I understand, but not everybody can be like that.
No, I know. I'm not. I'm just telling you what is happening and why people are. I'm just talking about cultural events, the Nina Agdal thing, and if you look at people like Emily Ratajkowski, she's obviously hot, but this is a woman who's now trying to make divorce chic, and I think that the understanding is in Hollywood is, sleep with her and move on. She's not marriage material. Her husband, when he had her, cheated on her because they didn't have that thing. I feel like I've slept with the girl. I've seen her naked so many times, right? So there's nothing special about Sebastian Baer marrying her, because we've all seen her naked. There's nothing sacred.
Listen, I just want to interrupt for just a sec to say, if you are enjoying this video, I ask that you please hit that like button. If you enjoy my content, if you want to help the channel, please hit that like button for the YouTube algorithm. It helps pushes my video out there. I would really, really appreciate it. Also, subscribe to my second channel if you have not subscribed yet. Link is in the description. Facts. Early in the video, I said I used to think that women like this didn't actually exist until I actually met one in real life. Well, that girl that I met in real life used to say things like, terms like the universe and women empowerment, which typically all of that stuff coincides in the same conversation. I've noticed that, right? This is the same woman who will say things like, being a stripper or stripping is an empowerment for women, because they get to choose and they get to do what they want to do and make money the way they want to make money. It's an empowerment for women. Sure, they get to decide what they want to do. But are you going to ignore the fact that more than 95% of strip clubs are owned by men? Are you going to ignore the fact that more than 85% of strip clubs, the management and the higher management are dominated by men? Are you going to ignore the fact that men who are in these positions are making more money than the strippers themselves? Are you going to ignore the fact that the strip industry is very much so closely related to not only the prostitution industry, but also the human trafficking industry? Are you going to ignore the fact that strip clubs or strippers themselves, more times than not, are using substances to be able to get through the average workday life because of what they have to endure and put up with in that environment? Are you still going to say that it's empowerment for women, even though a lot of those situations are very stressful and a lot of those women are coming from a situation of abuse that's led to them, having to become strippers in the first place? Is it still an empowerment? Y'all hop in the comment section. Y'all give me y'all thoughts. This is crazy to me. I just thought I should react to this, but I truly didn't believe that women like this existed. But to know that this is the world, it just makes me appreciate. And to anybody out there, whether you're a woman and you are this way as far as being moderate, or if you're a man and if you have a woman or know a woman in your life, whether you're related to her or not, and she's modest, it makes you appreciate any modest woman that you meet in real life once you see that women like this actually exist. Hop in the comment section, like this video, subscribe to the channel, hit the notification bell. Until next time, man. Peace.
Oh yeah, Didi got a podcast.